And the thing that we didn't take into consideration is when you add so many new SDRs, you have to go further and further away from the core TAM where you've had success. And Zenefits could serve any company in the United States in terms of our ability to onboard and serve them. But there were industries, segments, personas that had much lower conversion rates and like much lower probability for success when we onboarded them. And when we added all of these new SDRs into the mix, not only were they less effective than the more tenured existing reps, they actually made the existing reps far less successful because we had to tap into this TAM base that people were less likely to convert. And so if you were an SDR previously at Zenefits, you were going after mostly tech companies and like some companies on the fringe or whatever. And then all of a sudden you're going after companies that are not in San Francisco or New York, where you have some brand recognition. You're going after construction companies in Mobile, Alabama. And the existing SDRs that had already been successful weren't able to continue being successful because of that decision around continuing to scale. And so that's maybe just a story reinforcing the TAM consideration that you highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last thing, let's talk about on like the theme of scaling, how SDRs progress within the business. You started as an SDR. Let's talk a little bit about what SDRs move on to within companies, how you think about that, and we'll end on that positive note.
Yeah, I'm obviously super bullish on the SDR function. Spent my whole career focused on it. And outside of all like the amazing revenue things that it drives, there's also the career progression within the business. I look back now and the top AEs I've ever worked with all started as SDRs. Most of my managers, I'd say 20 of my 30 today were SDRs at Rippling. Same thing with all the previous companies I've worked at. I think making sure that you have some sort of career path and leveling and something set up for them to move through the company is really important. I think every business should think about SDRs as being like the future leaders of their company. And so that's one of the first things that I did when I came to Rippling and was put that in place because like you said, I started as an SDR. I know how impactful it can be to continue to grow your career, whether they stay in the SDR or if they move into account executives. We've moved people into marketing, into recruiting, into customer success, obviously into management. And